This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for March 16th, 2022. The current date and time is March 4th, 2022. 3:22 a.m. The overall theme and behavior for the S&P throughout the day of the 16th is an opportunity to open up some short positions, protect your long positions, and or buy some puts in the midst of a rally. In the pre-market, I'm advised to be prudent. There's multiple highs or multiple lows. Looks like we have multiple lows in the midst of some sideways fluctuation with a downwards trend in that pre-market, and then from roughly the open to 10 o'clock, sharp decline in the midst of quite a few multiple headwinds, you could say. And then from roughly 10 to 11, we have a big push to the upside off of a support level. It'll be a prominent move. From 11 to 12, notable volatility. We reach this resistance level and then experience notable volatility. From 12 to 1, we fall back down to a support level, and then we travel sideways along that support level. From 1 to 2, roughly, there's a decline with the moving averages in a bearish formation, and the price level below them moving lower, then spiking up to reach the moving averages as resistance, then falling lower than before, spiking up to a lower spike, and meeting resistance at price levels and continuing lower. And that's roughly 1 to 2. 2 to 3, we have a move higher through resistance level. We're there above it briefly before we break back down through it. Kind of think of like the formation of an A. If the price level was the A, you go up through it and then back down. And then in the last hour, we have a move lower from a peak that will not be revisited within the time frame of the reading. Yeah, opportunity, a real opportunity here to cash in before a sharp decline. Interesting. Yeah. And then in the midst of a decline, we'll have a push higher from support to resistance in the post-market. But right at the close is a great opportunity to cash in on some long positions and position oneself, like I said, in line with the theme, which is to position oneself for a downturn. Behavior around the high will be bumping along resistance. So we meet resistance and we'll bump along it for a bit. Behavior around the low, there's going to be a lot of price swinging around the lows. I'm advised to trade. Ooh, interesting. Something really lucky takes place here. There's something lucky I'll be trading around. It looks like probably over here towards the end of the day, really. And then the sneak preview for the 16th. Oh, we have an important bottom or important trough for the 17th of March. All right, guys, that's the S&P 500 for the 16th of March, 2022. I'd love to hear how it helps you. Please let me know. Spread the word, guys. Pay it forward. I'm sending this out for free. Please spread the word. I want people to see that this is possible, because anything is possible, my friends. Anything. I'll see y'all later. Hello my friends, it's Approveb. This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for March 16th, 2022. It's currently March 4th, 2022. The overall theme and behavior for the day is an opportunity to open up some short positions or protect long positions or buy puts, whatever you want to call it, in the midst of a rally. Behavior on the high, we're going to bump along resistance levels, possibly more than one. We'll break through and do more than one, but around the high there's going to be a notable amount of bumping along resistance. And the behavior around the day's lows, there's going to be a lot of indecisiveness, back and forth price swings, which way are we going, as the market attempts to establish which way we're going. Alright guys, I'm advised to be prudent in the pre-market. Looks like there's possibly multiple highs, multiple lows, some sort of misdirection. But the prudence card is usually multiple false highs or multiple false lows. We have around the open a decline, a sideways fluctuation with a downward trend. Multiple headwinds in the first half hour push the S&P downward. But then we have a rally. Okay, so we have a rally in the pre-market, and that's like something to be prudent about, because we downturn right around the open, and we decline in that first half hour-ish. Then we have another rally somewhere between roughly 10 and 11. There's a notable rally where we move higher, and that's an opportunity, a big push higher, like a prominent move. That's an opportunity that we're talking about for the theme. Then there's sideways fluctuation when we hit resistance between roughly 11 and 12. We hit resistance and then we fall. Volatility picks up on the way down as we move forward in time. And then I'm advised again to open up some, the trade opportunity is roughly there's a trade opportunity right at the open. No, not at the open. Okay, so there's a trade opportunity in the midst of that rally, roughly between 10 and 11. And then we have another trade opportunity between 11 and 12 in the midst of that volatility for the same purpose. We also have an opportunity, looks like around 12:45, to open up some puts, do some more trading. We have a notable day's crest between 1 and 2 o'clock-ish. And from that crest, we move lower. We fall with a spike higher to meet, we fall with a spike up to meet resistance at a moving average, and then we fall lower. Then we spike up, but not as high as the last spike. And we meet a moving average as resistance, and we continue to do that. That's what the strife card is, that behavior. And then there's a trade opportunity there around that peak as well, between the 1 and 2 o'clock mark. It looks like maybe it's closer to, it's in the midst of a rally between roughly, I'd say midst of a rally towards the end of that, closer to, let's say, 145-ish. Okay, another trade opportunity. And then we have a push higher between 2-ish and 3-ish. There's a push higher through resistance. We don't stay above resistance for very long, and then we break back down through it. And if you use that resistance, that price level as a horizontal line, the price kind of makes like an A with using that as a horizontal line in an A. And then we have a notable breakdown from that poke up through and then back down. It's a notable breakdown through multiple support levels into the close, with increasing volatility as we exit. There's also a trade opportunity at a low correlation right around the close, and it looks like we have a very sharp decline either overnight, either at the close, or it'll be overnight, or both. But right in the post-market, there's a little bit of a move to the upside in the midst of a decline. And then the sneak preview for the 17th of March 2022, a great trade opportunity there, guys. So I'm thinking I'll probably, in the case of this, I'll be holding my puts overnight. Because I see that death card and the double X's here. Whew, it's juicy, my friends. So, but there's a trade opportunity here as well, roughly. There's a lot of trade here, guys, a lot of trade. So with that said, hopefully this helps. Let me know how you do, guys. Love to hear about it. And do me a favor and hit that subscribe and that like if you haven't done so far. Much appreciated. Pay it forward, and I'll see you guys later.